Hey beautiful, how are you? I hope you're having a great day, and I wanted to share one of my latest purchases with you, one I am deliriously happy to talk about, and that is the Clarisonic. Yes, I finally took the plunge and bought a Clarisonic. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know I have had every facial brush that there is to have besides the Clarisonic. Actually, one of my latest facial brush videos was about a new video, the SpaSonic, but I also showed you all of the other facial brushes that I had besides that one. And they're all great in their own way. Having the little tool to wash your face sometimes will spur you to wash your face more often, and it makes things a little more fun. It makes it feel a little bit more professional, but none of them compare to this. And that includes the Olay one, which likes to write on this box that it cleans as well as skincare systems costing $200. I think if you use that exfoliating cleanser with it, then I would say yes, my skin was crazy smooth after I used an exfoliator with that Olay brush, but just that Olay brush and the cleanser cannot hold a candle to this thing. I mean, just nothing. I have noticed a difference in my skin. There is a difference between this and every other facial brush, and I feel authorized to say that because I feel like I have had at least 6 other facial brushes besides this one. And this Clarisonic, it is different. It is the truth when it comes to facial brushes. It is the Cadillac of facial brushes. So if you're on the fence or you're wondering, I'm telling you, there is a difference. Now, I went ahead and I got the Mia 2. What pushed me over the fence in terms of purchasing it was I was able to attend a recent Sephora skincare class called Basic Skincare. It was amazing, so I'm going to be doing a video on that. This was July 28th, and then I bought the Clarisonic on that day because the class, you guys do all this stuff for your skin. One of the things was to cleanse your skin, and they had Clarisonics on the table for us to use. So I jumped at the chance. My skin felt like it had never felt before after using that Clarisonic. I mean, I can't even tell you. It was just, your skin, you will be able to tell the difference. My skin is softer. Marks and not bruises, but marks, like dark marks from acne, are lighter. And even though my skin does not look perfect now, it feels so soft and so smooth. And everything else seems to be working better. I'm having to use less of other products. I just love the results I have gotten from this tool. And that's just in the last 3 weeks I've had it. Did I have a purging phase? Yes, I did. 2 days after getting it, I got the hugest zit, right here over my eyebrow. I never get zits on my forehead ever. And then I got a couple over here. I've got one that unfortunately left a little divot, but that's my fault because I was picking at it. But I got bumps on my chin. So yeah. I did have the purging phase. I mean, it was a reaction to it. Some people get horrible, horrible reactions and they continue. I haven't had that be the case, so it was 2 weeks of really bad. I have a pimple that's healing right here now, but other than that, my face is clear. I used to also always get whiteheads around here, and I would have 5 or 6 by the end of the day. And in the time I've been using this, maybe I'll have one every other day. So that has totally changed. I got the Mia 2, which has the timer. The Mia, which they do still sell, is 99 bucks, no timer. The Mia 2 is $149. What it ended up being. With tax, it ended up being $162.78 because, sales tax in Illinois was $13.78. So, yeah, that's what it ended up being. Is that a lot for a face brush? Yes, it is. If you don't think you're going to use it every day, then I would not recommend purchasing it. I will say this. My other face brushes, I would say I use them 95% of the time, twice a day, morning and night. With this, it has been 100% of the time. Because every time at the end of the day, I feel like I'm too tired to be bothered using this, I think about how much it costs. And I go ahead and I wash my face. So this is the cover they give you so you don't mess up the brush head if you have the brush head on with it while you're traveling, whatever. And the brush head comes off. I'm going to show it a close-up like that. The inner brush head is the only thing that vibrates. The outer brush head does not vibrate, so it just kind of guards the inner brush head, and keeps the vibrations and all the water splashing sort of inside the brush. You have the ability to just, you can turn it on, but then you can do a higher speed by pressing it at the top. When you turn it on, it lights up. So you can have it on, that's the low, and then there's the high speed. I had turned it on the low by accident. The high by accident. When you stop it in the middle of a session, see it glows, and it'll glow for a while and then it'll stop. I think it's still like ready to do that amount of time or something. It's like you paused it. The charger is amazing. The charger is just a magnetic charger, the way the charger is on MacBooks. And, the thing about that is that there are no open ports on the device, which is why you can take it in the shower with you, because there's nothing for water to get into, which is very cool. Now, the other thing is the brush head comes apart into two pieces. This is the sensitive head, the sensitive brush head. It's the one that comes with it. So I haven't purchased another brush head. You're supposed to get a brush head every 3 months. I've already marked on my calendar when it will be time for me to get a new one. I'll be due for a new one in November. You can take this outer ring off and just have the inner ring in case you feel like you can't really get around your nose, or that, it's too bulky for you to get everywhere where you want to get. The Mia 2 has the timer and the Mia doesn't. I am finding that I'm really happy I went on ahead and I got the Mia 2 because I really utilized the timer. The timer has two 20-second time periods and then two 10-second time periods. So you'll turn it on, it'll start to vibrate, you'll watch it 20 seconds, it'll go zzz, and then you move to the next area. Now what I do, I use it twice because that minute isn't enough for me. I do my forehead for 20 seconds, my chin for 20 seconds, each cheek for 10 seconds. Then I press it again, I do the center of my face, around my mouth, my nose, and like up here, back and forth down, super shiny, for 20 seconds, and then I will do my neck for 20 seconds. So I know a lot of people, I just yesterday saw a tutorial. Sorry, super shiny. I just yesterday saw a tutorial where a girl washed her neck. You never see anybody on here washing their neck, ever. And she was the first person in a really long time I saw wash their neck. And I always wash my neck. So I spend 20 seconds on that. Then for the next two 10-second intervals, I just kind of go around my cheeks again. So I always do that. I always do it 2 face washes. Otherwise, it's just supposed to be for 1 minute. I do not press down. Do not press down. That's how you can get really bad skin irritation. So I just hold it and move it around in small circles around my face. It is heavy. It's not light. I was kind of surprised by how heavy it was. I can't even imagine, because this is the little Mia, like the one that you can use for your whole body, must weigh a ton. Because this is a little heavy. It feels like a pound. It probably isn't, but it feels like it. I know you're probably like, why do you have a white one? Because I was overwhelmed by the color choice. I mean, it must have been 6 different choices and 3 different patterns. And I couldn't handle it, so I said, yeah, I'll just get the white one. I couldn't take it. So, the box it came in always has a picture of the device and the picture of whatever brush head you have. It opens up in the front and tells you about the product. You get a carrying case, and then usually whatever color your brush is, that's what color the carrying case is. You got a little cleanser, which I'm going to toss. Although a lot of people on the Clarisonic website talked about how amazing the cleanser was, and they purchased the cleanser. Then you get a little folder. Oops. You get a little folder with information about the brush. So I use 2 different cleansers. I've been using H2O's cleansing water, which is not like the Bioderma, which you put on a pad. This you squirt it in your hand and you can kind of literally wash your face with it. So I just kind of, since it's like water, I kind of run that over the head of the brush. I wet my face and then I use the brush. And the other cleanser I've been using is Purity Made Simple by Philosophy. And you wet your face, and then I wet the brush, but I shake off any excess water, and then I put a little cleanser on the brush head I was using way too much cleanser. You do not need a lot of cleanser. I just basically put enough to kind of cover just this part. And then I wash my face with that. And that's enough to wash your face twice. So I never add more cleanser. As far as cleaning the brush head, I take it off and I wash it with, in the manual for the product, it suggests using an antibacterial cleanser once a week. I've been washing it like every time I wash my face. And I let it air dry on the counter. So I take it off. I don't leave it on the brush. I take it off and everything gets to dry. I was in Target. I needed to buy some, cleanser, some antibacterial soap. All they had was antibacterial soap with moisturizers. It's not what I wanted. I finally found one by Up and Up, the Target brand, that just said antibacterial, but it didn't say moisturizing after it. So this is a foaming hand wash. So that's what I've been using to clean it. So I'm on the hunt for just another antibacterial hand wash so I can clean it. I watched this other video on here and this girl said she used Dr. Bronner's, but the Dr. Bronner's I have is lavender. I guess I could use this too. I've got a little sample of it that this is good to clean it with. So I am deliriously happy with my purchase. I have noticed a difference in my skin. It is different from the other cleansing brushes that are on the market. Do not let anyone fool you. It is different. And I now know that it is different. Getting a chance to use it made all the difference. And I'm not knocking the other face brushes because I used them for years, but when you get a chance, even the Mia, I like the timer function on this one, but if you don't want to spend that extra $50 for a timer, because that's what it ends up being. The girl who sold it to me told me she had the Mia and she loved it. It's what she was using. She just, moved it around herself. So I would highly recommend start saving $25 a week, $20 a week, and then by Christmas you'll be able to at least get the Mia. I think you will really like it. For the 2 weeks that I had like the acne craziness was worth it for how my skin feels now. So, and it feels fantastic. It really does. So the one acne problem that I have that was a mark was because I was messing with it, not because it was a zit there. But I just love the way my skin feels after using this product. I do still have to manually exfoliate because honestly, I feel like the vibrations made the zits I had heal faster. And when you have a scar or something's healing, sometimes there's little pieces of dead skin left around the edge of it as the new skin is forming. And I feel like that happened way faster than it usually happens. So this, because I do not press and like really grind down on it. I didn't want to do that. Really wasn't taking off all the dead skin, at least for me and the way my skin was turning over. So manual exfoliation helped with that, those little patches where I needed to remove some flakiness. And it wasn't dry flakiness, it was just, flakiness from something healing. So I have been using also once a week manual exfoliation. But I actually don't need to do that as often as I did before because my skin is so soft since using this Clarisonic. I've been using it every day, twice a day, since July 28th. So I am loving it. I will let you know my thoughts on it again when it is time for me to buy another brush head, but I don't see my thoughts changing anytime soon. So if you have any questions, please put them below and I will answer them for you. Let me know, have you taken the plunge and you bought either the Mia 2, or the full body Clarisonic? Do you have the Aria? That's the latest one. That's $200. I wasn't spending that much. Do you have that one? What do you think of it? I have noticed the difference and I do think it's worth the money. So, thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later. Bye.